Hello everyone, welcome back to the World Conflict Monitor channel. Please subscribe my channel. The story we are looking at today is one of the most dramatic developments in the ongoing war, Ukraine striking back against Russia by targeting and damaging a powerful warship, which was soon engulfed in fire. This incident is not just about a ship burning on the sea, it is about the symbolism of resistance, the demonstration of new tactics, and the reminder that even the most powerful fleets are vulnerable. In summary, Ukraine successfully launched an attack that left a Russian warship heavily damaged and in flames, sending shockwaves through the region, raising questions about Russia's naval strength, and boosting Ukraine's morale at a critical point in the war. The strike has strategic, psychological, and geopolitical importance, and in this review we will explore the exterior, interior, performance, safety features, unique selling points, cost, and finally conclude with the overall significance of this event. The exterior of the Russian warship stood as a display of military power. Designed with thick armor plating, missile launch tubes, advanced radar arrays, and anti-aircraft systems spread across its deck, the vessel was a floating fortress. Its towering silhouette cut across the sea with authority, projecting dominance. However, that very exterior, which symbolized might, also became the stage of its destruction. Flames lit up the decks as Ukrainian strikes pierced through vulnerabilities, turning a proud military vessel into a burning wreck. The once imposing exterior became a symbol of fragility, reminding the world that no matter how intimidating a warship may look, it is never invincible. The steel hull, the sleek design intended to minimize radar detection, and the carefully engineered systems all crumbled once fire spread uncontrollably across the decks. Inside the warship, the interior was a mixture of command centers, living quarters for sailors, storage rooms, and weapon control hubs. The interior design of Russian warships often emphasizes functionality over comfort, with narrow passageways, compact bunk beds, and thick protective doors designed to compartmentalize damage. However, during the attack, these interiors became hazardous. When fire engulfed the ship, smoke spread quickly through the corridors, filling compartments with toxic air. The crew's ability to respond was limited, and evacuation procedures became chaotic. This short interior description highlights how the same tight and secure design meant to protect the crew also trapped many inside when disaster struck, turning safety features into obstacles during the emergency. When we consider performance, the Russian warship represented years of engineering designed to project power across seas. Armed with long-range missiles, radar-guided defense systems, and advanced navigation tools, its performance in open waters was formidable. It was meant to dominate naval theaters, deter enemy approaches, and support ground operations with missile strikes. But in this case, performance under attack proved disappointing. The ship's defensive systems either failed to intercept Ukrainian strikes or were overwhelmed. Its engines, which once powered the warship with high speed and maneuverability, could not save it from the inferno. The ship's inability to perform its primary role, defending itself, exposed cracks in Russian naval capability. For Ukraine, the ship's poor performance under pressure showcased the success of their evolving strategies, using precision and creativity against a larger foe. Safety features of the warship were designed to withstand direct hits. Compartments were built to be sealed off to contain damage, fire suppression systems were supposed to keep flames under control, and lifeboats or rafts were meant to ensure crew survival. But in practice, these features struggled. The overwhelming fire spread faster than the suppression systems could handle, and compartments filled with ammunition or fuel turned into hazards. Evacuation was difficult because safety drills are often theoretical until tested in crisis. Ukrainian strikes revealed that while the ship had safety features on paper, in reality, war exposes flaws brutally. Safety was compromised not only by technical limitations but also by the speed of the assault, which left the crew scrambling and unable to coordinate. The unique selling points of this warship, from Russia's perspective, were its intimidation factor, its missile-carrying capacity, and its symbolic value as part of the Black Sea Fleet. This was not just a ship, it was a floating emblem of Russian power. Its advanced radar system, long-range strike ability, and its ability to coordinate with other naval and air units made it a centerpiece of Russia's military image. But Ukraine turned that selling point into a liability. By striking such a visible and high-profile target, they transformed the ship from a symbol of dominance into a symbol of vulnerability. Instead of inspiring fear, it inspired Ukraine's allies, showing that even the most celebrated assets can be struck down. The very uniqueness of the warship, the pride of Russia's naval engineering, made its destruction more impactful in the global media and in the psychology of the conflict. When we think of price, there are two dimensions: the financial cost and the human cost. Financially, the construction of such a warship runs into hundreds of millions of dollars, with years of maintenance, upgrades, and manpower training factored in. The ship represented not only money but also decades of naval development. The loss is not easily replaceable, especially when sanctions and wartime conditions limit Russia's ability to produce advanced warships quickly. The human cost, however, is even more significant. Lives were lost, sailors injured, and families affected. The price of this strike for Russia was therefore not just economic but deeply human, with grief spreading across military families. On Ukraine's side, the price of mounting such a successful strike was much smaller compared to the damage inflicted, showing how asymmetry in warfare can tilt outcomes when intelligence, precision, and timing align. In conclusion, the burning of the Russian warship marked a turning point in this chapter of the war. The exterior, once powerful, now lies as charred remains. The interior, built to house and protect sailors, became a death trap during the assault. The performance of the warship under attack fell short of expectations, exposing weaknesses in Russian naval defense. Safety features proved inadequate in the face of overwhelming fire. Unique selling points transformed into weaknesses once Ukraine turned them into targets. The price of the loss, both financial and human, is staggering. For Ukraine, this was a victory not only on the battlefield but in the narrative of resistance. It showed the world that determination, creativity, and precision can overcome even the largest war machines. For Russia, it was a blow to prestige and a reminder that power does not guarantee invulnerability. This single event will be remembered as a symbol of Ukraine's resilience and a lesson in the changing face of modern warfare. The story of the Russian warship engulfed in flames is more than a military report. It is a reminder that symbols of power can crumble, and the tide of war can shift suddenly. The strike boosted Ukrainian morale, exposed Russian vulnerabilities, and reminded the world that every weapon, no matter how advanced, has a weakness waiting to be found. The burning warship will remain in history as a fiery image of Ukraine striking back, turning the Black Sea into a stage where power and vulnerability collided.